A plate full of turkey over Thanksgiving has done nothing to change the outlook for Congress. Senate Democrats have introduced a bill to extend and expand the payroll tax holiday, saving the average American family close to $1,500 a year, according to Majority Leader Harry Reid. So why wouldn't Republicans get on board with what amounts to a tax cut for the middle class? Because Republicans like Senator Jon Kyl of Arizona steadfastly refuse to consider even a moderate tax increase on millionaires and billionaires.
The payroll tax doesn't go into general revenue, it supports Social Security. And you can't keep extending the payroll tax holiday and have a secure Social Security. The payroll tax holiday has not stimulated job creation. We don't think that is a good way to do it.
Senator Bob Casey is a Democrat from Pennsylvania and the man Democrats want to take the lead on the payroll tax cut bill. Good afternoon, sir.
Thanks, Martin. Good to be with you.
A quick look at the facts tell us the Bush tax cuts that Republicans want to make permanent didn't do much at all to create jobs. In fact, as this chart clearly shows, job creation went up 16% under Bill Clinton, who raised taxes, and only 4% under Bush. So what's your reaction when you hear your colleague Senator Kyl fight tooth and nail against extending the payroll tax cut, which of course would amount to a tax hike on millions of ordinary American families?
Yeah, Martin, no question that when it comes to the assertions that Senator Kyl made, I disagree. First of all, with regard to Social Security, this will not have an adverse impact on Social Security at all. Secondly, it's a bill that's designed to provide, to continue the payroll tax cut in place for workers, but it expands that. Instead of giving a cut of 2%, it's a 3.1% cut. So basically cutting the payroll tax in half for workers, as well as in addition to what we did last year, a payroll tax cut for businesses. So this is very good for the worker, as well as his or her business, her employer, I should say. And this is exactly the kind of strategy that we need in place to jumpstart, to kickstart the economy so we can create jobs. For the life of me, I can't understand why any Republican would want to support it.
Because all the evidence is that if ordinary American families, working families, had $1,500 in their bank account, they would go and spend that money.
Absolutely. In fact, when you talk to businesses, as I've talked to in Pennsylvania, one of the arguments that business leaders say is we're concerned about demand. We don't have demand for our product or demand for our services. When you put, as you said, almost $1,500 in someone's pocket, that creates demand. One of the reasons that we had very strong private sector job growth in the first part of this year for a couple of months was because of this payroll tax cut. If anything, this will be a larger and more substantial positive impact on the economy.
Senator Mitch McConnell says the Senate should be spending its time on nominating judges and authorizing more defense spending instead of the payroll tax cut. Listen to this.
There's no reason we shouldn't focus on passing these bills rather than using the Senate floor as a stage for symbolic show votes that we know won't lead to anything except more tension and political acrimony.
I'm imagining, sir, that the GOP simply doesn't believe that that kind of rhetoric will hurt them when the election comes round.
Well, look, the number one issue for the American people is jobs. And the more time we're spending trying to bring people together to create jobs, or at least put in place the conditions to create jobs, the better. So I don't know what he's talking about. It doesn't make any sense when we keep hearing folks on both sides of the aisle talk about jobs. This is one of the best job creators that we can put in place. We demonstrated that in 2010. We came together in a bipartisan agreement. I think we can do it again. I hope Republican leaders would join us, as well as rank and file senators, to come together and provide a tax cut both for over 160 million workers, as well as hundreds of thousands of businesses across the country.
Senator Bob Casey from Pennsylvania, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks, Martin.
And before we